there's a group of us in a campground. We rode here, 7 trikers, 1 biker, and we rode 35 miles, spending 2 nights here, and then we're riding back. And a lot of the group has extensive touring experience, and so I thought I would ask what advice they could give to people in retirement who want to start touring. I know for me, I think the biggest piece of advice I can give is really just to start touring. You don't need fancy equipment, a lot of money. You don't need to be in great shape. You can start slow. I know my first tour, I just rode like 2 nights to 2 different hotels, and then I rode back home. And little by little, I extended my rides and discovered that it was something that I really enjoyed. And then I invested in a lot of, more camping equipment and, spending more money. But you know what? It should really be fun. You don't have to do a lot of miles and make it a big challenge. Do what's comfortable.
And I said, what about Oregon? She said, you were not in Oregon long enough for us to hand you off. We were not in Washington. And so they kept track of us until we got...
What's your name?
I'm Dave.
If you don't mind, how old are you?
I'm only as old as who I feel most of the time. And I'm really old when I quit feeling.
And what advice would you give to anybody in retirement who wants to tour?
It's a different environment. You don't have to be in a hurry. There's no precise time you have to be done. You can do as few miles as you want or more miles if you want, and stop, smell the roses and drink coffee. And one of the most fun things is visiting with the locals you meet on tour.
Fantastic, thank you, Dave. Okay, what is your name?
Edna Van Gundy.
If you don't mind, your age?
I just turned 61.
And what kind of advice do you have for people in retirement who want to tour?
The big thing is to make sure you know how to use your bike. You're able to take care of it. Basic maintenance on the road. Don't be afraid to take your time. Ride, spend lots of time in a town that you like. I know people who have toured and spent the night in a town and then left the next morning, and then 3 months later found out there was some special thing going on at the museum that they wanted to see, but they missed out because they only used it as overnight and didn't check into things. So sometimes it's good to have plans and sometimes it isn't. But when you're retired, don't be in a hurry. You don't have to be anywhere in a hurry. Enjoy your trip.
And what is your name?
My name is Lonnie Morse.
And if you don't mind, what is your age?
72.
And what advice do you have for people in retirement who want to tour?
Do it as soon as you can. I mean, seriously, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. You might wake up tomorrow and have cancer, like I did. So if you have a bucket list that's got touring in it, then you need to do it now. And you can do the other stuff later. Physically, for the purpose of physical fitness, yeah. You don't necessarily have to be a jock. You just do tours, do short days, and you can actually train yourself into the tour. You can take short days and stay at places, and that's another thing. If you want to do self-supported touring, that's a whole different dynamic, but I really would highly recommend credit card touring. It's easier, it's lighter, it's easier on your body. Sleeping on a nice mattress at night, getting a shower, makes you feel so much better for the next day to enjoy your day of touring. And it's not about the distance, it's about what to do in that mile, and the next mile, and the next mile. Stop and smell the roses. That's what touring's all about, really. If you want to do extended long tours, even trans-American caliber touring, you could still do it. I would recommend doing credit card touring. And I really would recommend, having done the trans-American, is to pick out different legs of the tour that are primo touring areas. 4 days across eastern Colorado and Kansas is not primo touring. That's grunt touring. I mean, that's to do those just to say you made the full trans-American. But pick out Colorado, Montana. Those are extremely good states to tour in, as well as Oregon. Oregon is primo touring. And then hop on over into the mid part of the United States and pick out areas over there that are really nice to tour in. And again, it's not about how many miles you do a day, it's about what you do per mile, and enjoy it.
Great, thank you. And what is your name?
My name is Barbara Kiltz.
If you don't mind, what is your age?
I am 62.
What advice do you have for people in retirement who want to tour?
They should just go do it and enjoy themselves. Don't be afraid, because there's nothing to be afraid of. You just, whatever you want to do, whatever limits you want to set, you can do that. But find your comfort level. If you want to go with a organized group, that helps to kind of get over the initial fears that you might have about going out on the road. And then, you can, if you're comfortable with yourself and just touring on your own, there's so many good people in the world that will help you out. And you'll see things, you'll experience life in a really fun way. Well, back in my younger days, I did a solo tour up into Canada and met amazing people. When I needed help, I got help, no problem. And it was a wonderful experience. Yeah, so just go out and do it.
And what is your name?
Paul Hine,
If you don't mind, what is your age?
61.
And what advice do you have for people in retirement who want to tour?
The main thing as a former and still working bike mechanic is make sure you know how to do basic repairs on your trike. It's amazing, or bike. It's amazing the amount of people that really don't know how to change a flat. Have always had somebody else do it for them, and you may not have anybody close by. So make sure that you have the real basic tools and the knowledge on how to use them. That's another thing. There's lots of people that have all that stuff with them, but they've never done it. They've never taken the time by themselves to actually figure out how to take a wheel off, put it back on, change flat. So that's for me the most important thing.
And what is your name?
It's Kit Winterston.
And if you don't mind, what is your name, your age?
Well, that's a hard question, but I'm not a century yet. So I am 70.
And what advice do you have for people in retirement who want to tour?
That's a tough one. My first tour, we were lucky enough to have full support vehicle, so I didn't have to carry anything. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, especially on a trike, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. Now that I've had some experience touring self-contained, go light as much as possible. It's a toss-up. I used a trailer this last time. Next time I'll experiment with panniers and see which one's going to work the best. Take it easy and have fun. That's it.
Great, thank you,
And
Kit.
pedal. And pedal.
So did you find the advice in this video helpful? I would love to hear from you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching.